Alright, you may ask what happens on level 70, and frankly not much. So in the Magic Guild there is a spell prayer. You have some spell every single week, like a set of spells that you can collect. And this week we were lucky, this was time stop, so I just blew away my 10 spell tokens straight away. And you can see the preview of what's gonna happen next week. Unlike the artifacts, like next period, you see this is what's gonna happen. It's like time stop for 2 weeks. This doesn't happen that often. Now, if you know that this time you have time stop and you want time stop, by the way, that's one of the spells that you want to collect, then obviously you take all the spells. Where do you get these stones? Like you get from regular, some like events, not all events but some events, as well as from Sound of the Horns in the shop. Now these stones are not priority, at least for me, but I could get 10 of this straight away because I have a 150 currency. Now I've made a video already on what makes sense to purchase, what doesn't make sense. So far, given that this is a relatively new account, only on level 70, it's just like 6 to 7 weeks old, we're not gonna do much. We'll just get treasure hunt permits, divination vouchers, these kinds of stuff. So let's see what else happens. Here, on a new account, you may get some spells like Fire Arrow. And you will be able to farm these spells in the underground sooner or later. For example, it makes sense getting this up to level 50 because of the reason that you get extra hero attack. Then, after level 50, it's quite easy to just continue collecting these and dismantle afterwards. So you see, I could dismantle, for example, this one. I don't recommend it because we're still collecting this spell, right? But you can get this currency. And you can use this currency, first of all, here to buy more spells. And secondarily, in the magic talent, where you can activate certain talents, for example, the 4 arrows, like Earth Arrow, Fire Arrow, whatever arrow, once you collect these spells. And you will collect these spells because in the underground you'll be able to farm all these spells. So just stay tuned for that. Now, you see, these are global hero bonuses. Global hero attack 1, like, thanks for nothing so far, but you will be able to end up with 3 digits of bonuses in the end. Because in the hero, don't forget that you have all these bonuses from many different sources. This is super important. For example, my artifact is not that bad. Hero collection, it's also not that bad. But given that I've been hoarding universal hero tokens, so for example, I cannot promote this because even though I have a 261 universal hero tokens, I've already used up 50 for like 2-starring Fiona. Or not 50, I think like 20 because the rest, or 30 because the rest was just purchased. But either way, I need a new hero, and for that I will need quite a lot of tokens, 50, then 100 and 150, so it's 300 in total. After I finish the 300, the next 100 is gonna be on Fiona. So this is why you use that spell as well, so that you bump up these stats: hero attack, hero defense. You need global hero attack, global hero defense. Let's see how others are doing this in this regard. So you go to heroes, and Solved is up front, 881738. Well, it's understandable. Yo-Yo is also up front, 850, 850. Let's see ourselves. Number 16, 738, 542. I have some catch up to do, but hey, this is very close to being a free-to-play account. Even though it's VIP 7, it's like top heavy the spending. So to spend from 7 to 9, I think it's more than 0 to 7. So that you know. Okay, now just some news, because there is not much else happening on level 70. Units are also upgradable, the attacker units, to orange +1. This one and this one. So that's an important upgrade whenever you can. So for example, this unit is upgradable too. I know I could have started with the Divine Heralds. In fact, I could, well, no, I cannot, because it takes quite a lot of extra resources. What about this one? I think it's the same thing. So within a few days I'm gonna get to orange +1, which means that this talent here is gonna be upgraded. The times 100 button is still not active yet, but it's gonna be active sooner or later. But we'll have to cope with the times 10 button for now. So you see all these units are gonna be orange +1 on level 70. And that's, or I'm not sure actually if all of them, let's see. So for example, this one, when does this, when is this gonna be upgraded? Requires all equipment to be upgraded. Yeah, that's fine, but we cannot see any guidelines that it's currently blocked. So I'm assuming that orange +1 is available, and sooner or later we're gonna phase out the neutral units. Now in my inventory there are quite a lot of things that are worth, well, hoarding. The only reason why I'm not taking more of these orange emblems and the other orange emblems, these are also orange emblems, is that right now I don't have casting crystals to level up the orange emblems. I could take this imprisoned component chest, not as if it made a difference. I want to make it the last one, I think, after I got the other three. And what else? Hero tokens, you see that I got a mixture of A and B. Because if there is a Widom in a pot, then I want heroes for both, evidently, eventually. So it will be tough for A, but it will be quite easy for B. So that's gonna be 3.5 generation heroes. And I have deluxe as well as prestigious component chests, and I can make components out of them. I'm just hoarding them because I don't have a better use case. The only thing I could do is take all the deluxes and get divine gear out of them. I think I have a few divine gear components. Where is that? Not this one, not this one, not this one, unfortunately, but this one. So I could get divine gear +1 straight away by using up 3 of the chests, but I'm not doing it right now because I'm still in a, well, actually I'm not in a way ahead, way behind situation anymore. I'm in a way ahead and slightly behind situation, because believe it or not, if you check out the friends list, Solvad is, I think he's quit. He got bored of the game like not too long ago. Let's see, where is Solvad? Here, 1 day ago. You know what this means, right? That this is typical for many players, that they quit because they went too far ahead, they enjoyed the game for a while and now they got bored. So in this case what happens is that we need to take his position as quickly as possible. And I've made good progress. Now we can experiment with formations for a while. I've made good enough progress, I would say, because believe it or not, we're giving a hard time to his 6-star Yorogumo already. You see? We went all the way to 40% and then he started healing. Unfortunately, the battle is still over quite quickly, so it's not like linear time made this type of progress and then like 40% more progress and it's over. No, because we still need to kill the Yorogumo. It's gonna be difficult. Look at this. He has like a Divine Herald 4-star, another Divine Herald 3-star. He doesn't have the Sun Crusader, it seems. Okay, Angel 5-star and already have 4-star Awakened. That's, I don't know how he did this. Like this quick. Actually, I know, with money or with diamonds. 5-star Judicator already. So this is like kind of a strong team. The hero is 4-starred. It's a strong enough hero with respect to mine, but not with respect to Generation 3 3.5 heroes, let alone Generation 4 heroes. So he's very much beatable, but unfortunately I spend a couple of more days in 3rd position. And here is the answer to you. Mr. Chapel can be 3rd quite easily. It doesn't take much, because as soon as the opponents go backwards, there is gonna be a time when we're just gonna power through. Hint, next week there is gonna be a new week of Illusory Traces. Here it is. So this is ended season 42, then comes the 43rd season. Power creep is kind of guaranteed. Not a big one, but just a small one, so baby steps. And in that case, that's just one of the many things. One of the many things that I can do. So on level 70, there is not much happening on the surface, but in the next couple of days, I'll upgrade my units to orange +1. I'll get new orange emblems, I'll get new red emblems. Right now, my defensive units are lacking the proper red emblems. So this unit, for example, has absolutely no emblems. And this unit has absolutely no emblems right now. Because I don't have enough casting crystals and I don't want to give 500 diamonds for 10 casting crystals. I could do this in the store as well. I would prefer the 200 per 10 offer, but I think I've depleted that already, because this week it's the week of meteorites, and you see that I've depleted all the castles. So tough luck. And you can say bad things to my emblems as well. Like Forgotten Autonym is there because I got it for free. And whether I use this emblem or the other one, this one, it's right now both of them have merit. Now Wrath Lord has this emblem, so I was just rotating the two emblems that I have, and I think, yeah, and I have a third one from this one, because the third emblem, like they stack like 3, that usually means good things. So right now you see that I haven't even filled all the orange emblem slots. Why? Because I don't have any. So you see there are no red dots, there is nothing. And well, there is this one, but it's equipped already. And I would need a lot more casting crystals to make some progress. You see these are all equipped. And I have some more crystals. So for example, I could make lusts, or I could make more Forgotten Autonyms, or even Jealousies, because I think I have the equipment. Although Jealousy is not more, maybe one more from the boxes. But right now I'm just coasting, because there is absolutely no one behind me who could even consider attacking me. I've been powering through trying to beat Solvad like yesterday and today, you see, but with not too much luck so far, because as I was getting stronger, I always checked out what happened. So yesterday morning, I think I managed to deplete like 20% of his energy. Then it became like almost 60% or more than 60%. That's how this works. Sooner or later we'll get him. And then I'm gonna stay second for possibly a very, very long time, unless someone else starts purchasing half of the game. In that case, I can drop back. It doesn't depend on me. And then we're up for a good journey.